My wife Debbie and I have always looked to the Lord for guidance in everything that we do through traveling and most situations. About 5 years ago, we moved back here to Maryland after a 10-year stint in Indiana. At the time, we were looking for a house for the last 6 or 7 months. I had already started my job in Baltimore. I believe our house was sold or under contract. And we found a house in Forest Hill that we loved. We were in talks with the owner to purchase this house, ready to lay a contract down, and at the last second, his contract fell through on another house, so our contract fell apart. So feeling under the gun, we were looking for another house. We're very doubtful to find one when the house next door had dropped its price, and we went over to take a look at that house. It was much larger property than we've ever had. It's 8.5 acres. The house, 20 years old. We had great feelings and really excited just driving up the driveway and being relaxed in this house. So we decided to put a contract on it. As soon as I did that, I got cold feet. I was very stressed out, far more stressed out about that than my actual job that I do every day. And I started praying to the Lord every day. Find something wrong with the home inspection. Do something. Just get me out of this contract. I was very, very stressed out about it. I even went the day before the inspection. I went to the burial site of my parents and my brother and spoke with them at length to try to find something wrong with the house, get me out of this contract. So the day of the home inspection, it's a beautiful day. They were going through the inspection. We had walked around with him, and unfortunately they weren't finding anything wrong with the house. The owner of the house that approached me and told me that he had some paperwork for me to take because obviously the home inspection was going quite well. That he had asked me at the time if I was ever from Michigan, if I had lived in Michigan. And I said, although Indiana, we lived in northern Indiana, we're very close to Michigan and we've traveled there quite frequently. I'd never lived in Michigan. So as we got closer to his front door, again, he turned to me and he had a puzzled look on his face and he said, "Are you sure you've never been in Michigan?" And got to tell you, I got a little bit perturbed at that point and said, "Well, no, I told you before, I'm not from Michigan." So as we got into the house, he handed me some paperwork and he told me a story that he is currently a pastor of another local church. And prior to that, he had owned a partial owner of a healthcare company that was bought out by another larger company. So he had some money, and he had at the time really got into horticulture, and he loved having fruit trees, and that explained why his property had about 15 different types of fruit trees on the property. He told me that the name of the property is something that he named currently, but at the time the Michigan orchard was named something else. And he said, "I have a fruit box in my garage that has the name of that orchard on that." He said, "Would you like to guess the name of that orchard?" And as we turned into the garage and I saw the fruit box, and the lettering on the fruit box said Hansen, Hansen, which is my last name. At the time, it hit me like a ton of bricks, as it does now. And I realized that the Lord, in fact, told me that this is the place I'm supposed to raise my family. And 5 years on, I am very glad that we found this property. And in the same time, we found this church, Trinity Lutheran Church, because my favorite church in the entire world was Trinity Lutheran Church in Granger, Indiana. How ironic is it that I found the same named church here at my new home in Maryland?